Hello everybody and welcome to Modras Bloodsport Association. We've got a special treat for you all tonight. We have with us 5 DMsGuild authors. I didn't know how a way to make that into the world of Modras. Flex, I apologize for that.
Well, we'll let it slip this time, but let's try and stay in character for the next portion. Please, Razor.
All right, Flex, yeah, I'm getting word that Clancy does indeed have a couple of the cameras and names misplaced, so you please take over with the introductions while I scold Clancy for that.
Well, let's just say we're feeling hot in the Modras Bloodsport Arena tonight, in stark contrast to last week's adventure where we found ourselves having something of a nautical seascape. Tonight we are looking for 5 of the most powerful and potent adventurers ever to grace the fair arena. Of course, we have something of a legacy. A fan favorite here tonight, Blaine the Boulder Swanson. Would you like to say a few words?
The boulder is ready. The boulder will win. Can I get a what?
What? Excuse me, Boulder, I don't know what you're referring to. But how you feel?
Is excited to do this tonight. Is everyone else excited?
Very much so, Boulder.
Yes.
Very much ablaze, Boulder. Ablaze. My passion cannot be sated. Thank you for those wise words. And we move on now to Donaldo Firebrand.
Hey, my name is Donaldo. I come down from Baldur's Gate, trying to open up a pizza shop there, trying to earn a little cheddar on the side, get my investment going. Look out tonight for some fireworks. I'm a wizard. I wear heavy armor. You know, I get in close, start throwing punches. But be careful. I'm a little delicate, too.
Wizards throwing punches. Whatever will they come up with next, those fancy wizards? You ever met a wizard who punched before, Razor?
I have not, but there's a first time for everything, Flex.
Certainly there is, and it will be tonight. We have, of course, been joined by a furry competitor tonight, Igor from Oral. Thank you for joining us, Igor.
Yes. You're so welcome. I'm so
What
happy
kind of
to be here.
competitive
We'll
play
stab you.
Can we look for you tonight? Stabbings, you say?
Sharp things. Femoral artery, death.
We very
My
much
favorite.
enjoy stabbings and death and blood here in Modras Bloodsport Arena. Thank you very much for joining us. We are, of course, not done yet. We have Note the Mighty.
Yeah, I am down from the hills. I am the Goliath bard. My voice is sharp and my instruments are not blunt.
Certainly, your voice seems vaguely familiar to me. It must be from one of your many popular musical hits.
Yeah, maybe you heard of one, like rocking in the arena like the old guys, right? Yeah.
That's the one that goes rocking in the arena like the old guys, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I know the one. Excellent music, and I'm sure we will hear your victory song tonight. And last but not least, we are joined by Christopher Armsby.
Well, Lord's Alliance has sent me here to represent them because they need a champion, a hero, a duelist to, boost their reputation and their morale, especially since the world keeps on needing to be safe, while actually people need to be entertained as well. And I'm here to entertain, and I will slay everything that needs to be slayed with my sword. Well, this should be a rapier, but I have a cutlass here, but that's totally fine.
That's absolutely fine by me.
Flex, that looks like a real-ass sword right there, Flex.
It certainly does, and I have to say my mood has been lifted by this fine competitor's amazing attire.
It is definitely a work of art. Now, Flex, we did miss the opportunity to have them all talk about what they do in the real world when they are not out slaying monsters in the arena. Should we do one?
You can blame Clancy for that. I usually Clancy usually has that at the end of the program, but of course we should allow everybody to go through. Do you want to do that, Razor?
Yes, let's go ahead and we'll just do the same roundabout way we just did last time, Flex. So let's go ahead and Blaine, when you're not in the arena, what are you doing out in the real world? Where can people find you?
You can check out the nerdasylum.com. We have all kinds of awesome charity events going on. We host a convention when there's not a world pandemic. And we have a lot of recruiting going on right now for new projects. So if you're interested in joining something, check out the nerdasylum.com.
Yes, and then I believe it was
Donaldo
next.
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony Joyce. I'm glad to be here. I'm a active duty Army strategist in my real life and a DMsGuild creator on the side. You can find me on Twitter at Thron589 and looking forward to having a good time.
Then we went to, was it Igor next?
It certainly was. Igor from Oral.
Also known as Kelsey Dion, and I am on the arcanelibrary.com. I write D&D adventures and the game supplements, so you can scope me out there, and I have some work on DMsGuild as well if you want to check that out.
And next up, by process of elimination, I'm almost positive it was Note.
Note the mighty.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Stevens. I recently had a Kickstarter, jeffstevensgames.com, post on the DMsGuild, and you can find me on Twitter at jcorvinstevens.
And last but certainly not least, we take it over to Christopher.
Well, when I'm not Christopher, the hero saving the world, I am Isaac Mandagi from Indonesia. You can find me at DMsGuild. I have several adventures right now that already released, co-produced with my partner, Chita AF. And you can also find me on Twitter at Isaac Mandagi. And there's actually a pinned tweet for our next year's project, which is Karatur, the Island Kingdoms Bawah. If you are a fan of Karatur and want to see the other side of Karatur that is inspired by Indonesia, then you can check that thread out.
Fantastic. And now, without further ado, Flex, I think it's time to get a peek into this arena and let the adventurers into the arena, unless anybody has any words of inspiration they would like to share before entering the gates. I'm looking at you, Note. Note, I believe you are muted at the moment.
Hey, yeah, Note, you got to open up your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get
I
the
got
words
it.
out. There you go. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, Note the Mighty has words to say. Except I don't see any spells in my D&D Beyond. Dang it. I would like to give a motivational speech. We are all here to prove our mightiness and our worthiness and show how heroic we are. And I want to just give you my love and just make you happy and know that you will be heroic and you will persevere through this and challenge.
Well, I don't know about our competitors, but I certainly feel inspired, Razor.
Myself
It's
as
so
well.
inspired.
Note, maybe you could just refresh us, mechanically speaking, up here in the commentators booth, what exactly that does for your competitors.
I'm looking for that.
I saw it earlier, and I do not remember what it does. I believe it gives
makes
everybody
all our
5
swords
temporary
purple.
HP.
Yes, motivational speech. Here we go. Okay. For the duration, each affected creature which you address allies, staff, or innocent bystanders to extort and inspire them to greatness, whether they have anything excited about or not. Choose up to 5 creatures. So I will choose. Are there 5 in our group total?
There are 5 in your group.
Well, I will choose each of us within range that can hear you. For the duration, each affected creature gains 5 temporary hit points and has advantage on wisdom saving throws. If an affected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes. Once an affected creature loses the temporary hit points granted by this spell, the spell ends for that creature.
Oh.
That sounds pretty god dang good to me, Razor.
Flex, that sounds pretty good. I also hope that our competitors remember that because I most certainly will
I'm certainly not going to either. No, no, no. Perhaps we're bad at our jobs, Razor. But nevertheless,
I blame Clancy. Speaking of blaming Clancy, Flex, you know the deal.
What has
of
he
course,
done?
all the cameras
What
are
has
messed
Clancy done to our arena?
Well, first of all, it is getting very hot up here in the booth. I see that Clancy has filled the arena with lava yet again.
It looks like he might have done it on purpose this time, though, Razor.
For the first time in many, it is indeed appearing to be on purpose, Flex. And I'm hearing from the booth, from the bus backstage, that they've got a pretty simple goal this time, Flex. They just
and what would that be, Razor?
They just need to survive for an hour and 14 minutes, real world time. I don't know why they specified real world time. I don't know what other kind of time there would be, Flex.
Well, who knows? That's for wizards to work out. I'm just a commentator.
Well, Flex, how about you go ahead and find out how fast everyone's going to be taking their actions while I scold Clancy yet again for getting all these cameras out of the order.
Absolutely. So we do this by, as we all know, measuring the abstract initiative. So we will have some initiative rolls, I believe, and we'll use that to work out how our competitors are proceeding this evening.
All right, I do believe that
All right,
Clancy
it's starting
has
to come in now.
sorted out the camera situation, so that's a plus.
My goodness me, it looks like Blaine the Boulder Swanson coming in strong, as one would expect from a competitor of this pedigree, with a 20 initiative. Followed closely by... wait a second, that seems to be 2 initiative rolls there for Blaine the... perhaps using some kind of performance enhancer. However, we have taken the second result, which is a 20, because I can't be bothered to go back and look again. Followed by Igor Fermoral with a 13. And then we have... Note the mighty bringing up the rear with a 7 there, but not as far behind as Donaldo Firebrand with a 5.
You know, I was thinking about that speech, got me a little emotional, you know.
As anybody would be after listening to such inspirational words.
Now, Flex, did the monsters...
There's it is from Isaac there. I beg your pardon. Sorry, Christopher Armsby with a 15.
I was just asking if the monsters, because I do see a few monsters scattered about on these floating aisles of
well,
stone
certainly
and
visible
grass.
from the very beginning of the obstacle course is a gibbering mouther, which bodes ill for our competitors this evening. Movement, of course, is very difficult around a gibbering mouther. Let's see what kind of roll we can expect from the gibbering mouther.
Now, Flex, I gotta say, it sounds like if their goal is only to survive for the allotted hour and 11 and a half minutes left, surely they could just stand on the platform and just stay there the entire time.
One would think so, but again, it looks like Clancy's been cooking up something special. What is that stirring in the lava there with Flex? I'm Flex. Razor. You're Razor.
I am Razor. It's on my name tag that you make me wear.
Too many
daily,
concussions,
Flex.
Razor.
That is why Flex has retired from the arena game.
Just too violent.
Now, Flex, the more I look at this arena map from our perspective up here, the more it does indeed look like pizza.
It does have a certain lasagna-like texture. However, I am assured by our team that it is in fact lava, and will be extremely hot to the touch, and not delicious at all. Can we expect some rolls at some time, Razor, for these monsters?
Oh, I did not realize we were waiting on me for the rolls.
I think we're waiting on Clancy. He's your nephew.
That is
would like
true.
to issue the instructions.
The Gibbering Mouther got a 7. I
A
still
7.
have not figured out why it rolls to just the GMs. Wow, all of these monsters seem to have a -1 initiative, Flex.
Not very initiative.
Which explains that 0 right there.
A 0 to initiative, so it just never goes.
And
I
last
don't
but
think
not
that can be
least,
quite
a
right.
6.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Flex, as always, I do hope you are keeping track of that initiative because you know that
I am
worthless
indeed
at-
tracking the initiative. You have to just fill for time for me for a little moment there while I just write this down.
Well, I do believe it looks like the boulder will be taking action first. Is that correct?
Certainly will be, followed by Christopher, followed by Igor,
So the
followed
boulder.
by Note. And then we have the Gibbering Mouther and Don, and then the Ropers, concealed cleverly throughout the map.
I don't
I
think they
think-
are, Flex. I can see them pretty clearly from up here.
Well, you can blame Clancy for the lack of stealth in those placements there.
So first up, Blaine the boulder. Blaine. Let's see what he
Blaine
does.
the Boulder Swanson is ready. Is that the people's ramp?
And Boulder is going to strut down the people's ramp and into the
Oh,
arena.
Joe.
I feel like there's like theme music playing.
My rival.
Get out there and rock those monsters, Boulder.
Was that bardic inspiration? No, it's not your turn.
Not my turn.
I can sniff what the boulder is sizzling.
Hey, Boulder, watch out. Don't fall into that big pizza beneath you.
The boulder is confused. I do not smell food. I like pie. Do you like pie?
Yeah, I make it every night. You know what I'm saying? Little mozzarella pie.
This one looks like a deep dish.
Yes, I'm just gonna strut down into the arena and wave to the people.
Okay. Yes, the crowd. Speaking of the crowd, I do have the crowd or audio going. That's good. The crowd are losing their minds about Blaine the boulder. Swanson? Was it?
Swanson.
Swanson. Okay.
Blaine the boulder Swanson.
Swanson. Yes. They
What a pedigree.
They are losing it. Blaine is a crowd favorite here tonight, indeed.
Third generation superstar in the Modras Bloodsport Arena. Multiple time world champion, Blaine the Boulder Swanson. Very, very popular.
So, Blaine, that was, yeah. Is anything
Is
else?
that the entirety of Blaine's action? He's just gonna
Flex?
strut down majestically.
There doesn't appear to be anything in here at this point, so I'm just going to, absorb
Fair enough.
the audience.
Why not? Drink it in. Hot dogging. Okay. Christopher, I believe, is up next.
Well, I shall cross this bridge as I stand beside Bling Boulder Swanson. As I say, well, it seems the crowd likes you, but they haven't seen me in action. And then,
You still my beating heart.
and then, as I look around and I see that there are, well, enemies or hostiles nearby, I will be readying my action. That's all. Just to prepare
Well.
for anything. If something hostile tries to get close to me or the boulder, I shall use my action.
I guess we were seeing some defensive but smart play in the early stages of the proceedings. We'll see how things will have to change as the encounter develops. Next up, we have Igor from Oral.
All right. Igor is going to walk down the platform. He will look around and then he will drop and do 10 push-ups in rapid succession with his very long arms.
That is impressive.
Flex,
Go,
can you do
Igor.
10 push-ups?
We're seeing a lot of hot dogging tonight there, Razor.
Can I move myself? Yeah, right here. And then he looks
hope
at
so.
he looks at the boulder, and he's like, "Can you do more than 10, Mr. Boulder? Round, hairless rock man."
The boulder doesn't like to do physical activity.
What?
You're in the wrong line of work then, Boulder.
Wait, what?
Oh dear. Well, that, with that non sequitur, let's move on to note.
I did also want to point out, because this map's not really self-evident about it, all of these platforms are floating about 15 to 20 foot above the lava.
Above the surface of the lava. Absolutely.
And so the gaps between them are, for the most part, I believe they're like 10 to 15 foot gaps. 10, some 15, some longer gaps. But just so everybody was picturing that they're actually floating up. And the rope bridges connecting to the ground is from like raised up at an angle, much like a walk-up platform.
So Note takes out his drum and starts slapping it with the side of his longsword. Dum, 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 dum. As he's walking down here, dum, 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 dum. And so, how far? Where's the creature? Is this a creature?
That is a gibbering mouther.
Yes.
And how far is that from me?
Well, let's see if we can ping that for you.
I was also going to ping.
Nope, that's moving the entire token. I don't want to be doing that. 25 feet.
So you all would be able to see the gibbering mouther, some of these lava creatures,
Lava mephits.
and some ropers that have failed their stealth rolls.
I think you'll find they're cunningly concealed, completely invisible, apart from when you ping them.
Well, I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on that one.
My goodness. You'll have to refresh our audience's memories about what Dissonant Whispers does.
Yep. The target must make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
How wise is a gibbering mouther? That is the question.
I will say, it does not look super
It does
wise.
not have a flat 10 for wisdom.
That looks like that was a 9 for the wisdom saving throw. Surely Note has a higher DC than that.
Yep.
One would
14.
hope so. Well, it fails.
So it takes, looks like 16 psychic damage.
My goodness. That gibbering mouther, if anything, looks like it's gibbering even more under the relentless waves of psychic energy there. Oh, dear, dear me.
You make it more crazy somehow. Very nice.
I think I can hear it now. Ring around the roses, a pocket full of posies. How many more till the treacle time, mother? Absolutely. I don't want to listen to any more of that, thank you, Razor.
Is that gibbering mouther mic'd up, Flex?
I hope not. It's probably just able to shriek all the way over the audience, right into the booth. All right.
And that is Note's turn. He's going to hang on to his
Note's
Bardic
turn.
Inspiration for now.
Probably for the best. Next up, it is, in fact, the gibbering mouther itself. Gibbering mouthers, of course, are known for being able to gibber. Any creature that starts its turn within 20 feet of the mouther, let's have to see what we can do with that
close,
ping
Flex.
again.
It's going to be close.
Are any of our competitors within 20 feet of the mouther?
No, it looks like that.
Doesn't look like it.
They are
No.
just out of the range of the gibbering nonsense that you just mimicked out of it.
Absolutely. Well, it is unable to do very much else with the range that it's at. So it looks like our adventurers are safe from the gibbering mouther at present. Next up, then, we have the Mephits. Or Mephits or Mephits. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Uh,
I think science is still out on that one, Flex. I'm not sure anybody quite knows.
I can't read Clancy's handwriting to read the handy-dandy pronunciation guide, so I'm going to settle with methods. What are they going to do there, Razor? What can you see?
It looks like this far one is going to begin to... I don't remember how to mark distance, but that looks like about 30 feet. Wouldn't you say, Flex?
I would be happy to settle on that, absolutely.
While this one also begins to close in on our competitors as it eyes the loot that Note is carrying and the strings on said loot. And it's going to begin to emanate some heat from those metal loot strings as it casts heat metal. Let me just pull up heat metal.
Clancy, you should have had
Clancy,
this
you
ready.
should have had this ready, Clancy. So it looks like Note will need to make a Constitution saving throw, I believe.
That's an 18.
That is indeed an 18. Any creature in physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage. Okay, so Note's fingers are going to get quite burned up here.
Certainly he's feeling the heat tonight.
With the 10 points of damage, but he is able to hang on to his loot and not drop it.
Do I take full damage? Is the 18 good enough or not?
I am not seeing half saves. Am I looking in the right spots?
You'll have to tell me. I'm.
This is just
Clancy.
saying you cause an object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to cause this damage again. If the creature is holding or wearing this object and takes the damage from it, the creature must make a con saving throw or drop the object.
Or drop it.
If it doesn't
So
drop
yes,
it,
you
so I
take
just
the
hang on
damage
to it.
regardless, but do not
Yes.
drop your fantastic, fantabulous.
the one
instrument.
good thing about making that save is that you do not have disadvantage on your next roll.
Okay.
And lastly, I believe it would be the ropers. However, I don't think anybody is in range of a roper right now.
No, but I do see this roper making its slow crawl of 10-foot movement speed into a bush. Oh no! Where did it go?
The masters of stealth strike again.
I can't even see that one anymore. Flex.
Probably for the best because they are not very pretty to look at. And what else did the arena have to throw at our competitors tonight, Razor?
Are we up to initiative 20, Flex?
We're back round to the top again.
We are back round to
So I believe it's time.
I think Donaldo and one other person still have to go.
Yeah, I'm
There's a
seeing
token
two
down
people
there with
still
me.
in the entryway, Flex.
Oh, my mistake. Yes, Donaldo is indeed next.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here and get onto this lovely little island. I'm gonna shoot that gibbering mouth there 3 times with my scorching ray. No big deal. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 3 shots,
All 3 of those hit.
and those do damage. 2, 3. We got about what's that? 12 plus 7. That's 19.
19.
That is 19 damage.
It's gonna be
A solid chunk of fiery fire damage for that gibbering mouther.
Yeah, 19 pepperoni damage. Really spicy
19
stuff.
fiery hot pepperoni damage straight to his face. That's exactly the face I make when I bite into a too hot piece of pizza, Flex.
I've never eaten pizza, Razor.
Flex, you should really try that, Flex.
Reminds me too much of shields, and I had to eat my shield on campaign one long winter, and I
Wait a second, Flex.
just won't eat round food ever since.
Flex, this can all wait. Why does pizza remind you of your shield, Flex?
Because it's round, Razor.
And why did you have to eat your shield again, Flex?
Because it was cold and there was no other food, and we were under siege.
Well, there's no other food. Shield is still not food, Flex.
It was food enough to keep me alive
Let's
until
get
I
back-
strangled my way out of that fortress.
Let's get back to the action, Flex.
The flashbacks, they come to me unbidden. I'm sorry.
Have all of our players now taking their first round of action?
I believe so.
I think it was the boulder.
Donaldo was bringing up the rear with 5.
Okay.
Ropers should have been last.
All right, fantastic. Well, unfortunately for the players, I'm just going to roll a quick 1d5 real quick. 1, 2, 3.
That's not ominous at all.
No, Igor, it looks, what is this, Flex? It looks like a lava-ly tendril is erupting from the pizza-looking lava, and
I don't know if I describe it as lovely. It's all right.
it is trying to wrap itself around our beloved bugbear, Igor. Igor is going to need to try to make either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw, which I believe Igor is probably pretty handy at one of those two.
Probably both.
He's gonna. He's so wrapped up with his push-up contest. His reaction time is too limited. Did I roll?
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 20.
This why we do
My
push-ups.
goodness.
You see.
Oh,
My goodness, indeed, Flex. The
Igor
tendril
from
went right
Oral.
above Igor's head as Igor was continuing to just do more and more push-ups. I don't think Igor even saw the dang tendril.
I believe Igor did a hand clap push up over the tendril as it attempted to sweep them into the lava. Wow. I have not seen such a maneuver in a long time.
Well, Flex,
What's all these
I know
things
you're
popping
impressed.
up out from the lava? I did not sign up for this. This was not in the contract.
You should have read the small print there, note. We've resumed the top of the initiative order. It's Blaine the Boulder Swanson, fan favorite, exceptionally
Boulder.
well-oiled man.
Is very impressed with your push-up skills. And the boulder is now hungry for some Samoa salami. But aside from that, the boulder is going to run and acrobatically flip across the ravine. You said it's only 15 feet, right?
I believe this one may even be 10 feet.
Lower Island.
Yeah.
Yes,
5 feet
depending
up,
on where you
okay.
jump from, it's about 10 foot.
I'm going to go where the 5 feet is at. And I'm going to acrobatically jump across as if there were rubber bands around the island propelling me forward.
Yes, that looks...
Amazing.
Did you see that, Flex? Honestly, it wasn't super impressive because it was a very short. I just
It
now
was
realized...
like he mimed leaning against some ropes and then ran at full speed to propel himself across a 5 feet gap. That's what it looked like to me, Razor. Certainly cause for celebration.
It is
And then I will
indeed.
bask in that glow.
So I believe that was just movement speed, right? Jumps in 5e, or just... Are they just movement speed?
A long jump, as long as you have a run up of at least 10 feet, is equal to your strength modifier. So, unless he has a strength of 5 or lower, he should be fine.
Yes, I have more than 5.
Absolutely. So that was just a movement.
Okay. Then at that point, I would like to use the people's elbow. On the
oh.
The people's elbow.
Did I roll? I think I rolled.
You did, and that was a 24. That is more than sufficient to hit a gibbering mouther.
All right.
Flex, some may say that was almost 3 times as much as you needed to hit a gibbering mouther.
It certainly approaches that number. It is a big number.
To be honest, Flex, earlier on, when Donaldo did the pizza damage and rolled a 9 for one of the scorching rays, I thought you had mistaken when you said all 3 hit.
Absolutely not. That was 100% factual. All 3 of those did, in fact, hit. Gibbering mouthers are spectacularly ugly and draw fire. We have some damage for that
yeah.
unarmed strike there.
Should I be saying that out loud?
I just posted in the roll 20, or I trust you. If you
Yeah, it is a 7, I believe.
7.
Did it not roll in the roll 20? I'm sorry, I clicked on the D&D Beyond thing.
We
Does
got
it not
the roll to attack, but not the damage.
Yeah, it was a 7. 4 plus.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Blaine the Boulder Swanston. All right. Next up is Christopher.
All right. Well, seeing that the boulder has jumped over and already engaging with the enemy, I shall join as well. With my movement speed, I'll move over here. And
My goodness, he's so dreamy, Razor.
Flex.
as I say, "Oh, Boulder, let me give you a hand with this." And then I start casting as I give this dissonant whispers to the gibbering mouther.
My goodness.
I believe it should be a wisdom save from the gibbering mouther.
Flex, I actually rolled twice there, but we will take that 7, the first roll. This thing has
Okay.
already not
It is
liked
not,
hearing all
not
these
very
whispers.
wise.
Okay.
People keep whispering to this dang thing, and it does not seem to like it.
Mother buys me shoes. What's going on?
And I believe it needs to use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
What a remarkable reversal of fortunes for a gibbering mouther. How much of his movement speed is 10?
Should
Not
we
gonna get very far.
Oh god.
Well, my tactic is, as I cast Dissonant Whisper, as it hears my whisper inside its mind, and it uses its reaction, I was hoping that it would trigger our attack of opportunity.
Yes, indeed. I believe it will, and also you get to roll 3d6 of damage for
Yes.
that attack.
Oh, that dissonant whisper.
And Flex, I gotta say, I don't believe this thing is looking mighty well.
It's not looking too bad considering that it only took 9 damage that time. But still, the gibbering mouther does not look well at all.
The boulder, I
And I
believe, is
will.
going to get a chance to punch it right in the back of one of its many faces as it attempts to run from the boulder.
Alright, that's an 18.
That will certainly hit.
For 6.
An additional
Damage.
6 damage. The
Six,
gibbering
yes.
mouther is still gibbering, but now looking extremely unwell.
Well, it looks like the boulder should get into some physical activities because the boulder made a almost laughably bad swing at the gibbering mouther as it attempted to flee his range.
My goodness. A sad turn of events from such a strong competitor with such a
well-
fancy entrance.
As a, and also as a bonus action, I see that the boulder seemed to miss, so I just I try to boost his morale as I say, "I believe you can do that better next time." I give a bardic inspiration to the boulder to help him next time if somehow he was going to miss. He feel inspired by me.
The boulder is famously motivated strongly by ego,
Okay,
so that
that's
should
a
come
6.
in
Yeah.
very handy.
Yeah. Why do I roll? It should be boulder who's rolling, not me. So yeah, that's my turn.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. And what a turn it was from Christopher.
Flex, we're getting
Next-
some very good jumps out of this adventure, so I am very much excited because you know how much I love jumps.
You do enjoy a good jump, much to the detriment of your hamstrings. Next up, we have Note.
Okay. Note is going to come up here and look at the gibbering mouther and say, "Your mother spoke in complete sentences."
Flex, I don't think I've ever heard you laugh quite like that.
Disca chooses, it says back.
So I need a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
It is almost certain to fail, but let's see what comes up. From
They
the gibbering
really are
mouther there.
playing against this thing's weakness, aren't they, Flex? That was a
It
10.
is not wise.
That was a 10 saving throw.
A 10 saving throw. Okay, it takes 7 psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
My goodness
Does
gracious
it have a
me.
next attack roll, Flex?
It is still standing. It is still gibbering. Its gibbering is more like gurgling and pathetic mewling as it winces in pain, cringing beneath such a vicious tirade of abuse. Almost feel sorry for it, Razor.
Almost, but not quite.
Not quite, no. It's too ugly. Next up, though, it is, in fact, the Gibbering Mouther's turn. And I believe this time, people are in range for the gibbering.
That is true. They are indeed in range for the gibbering, so... Oh, it can indeed do the gibbering It does not count as its action. I believe it can only gibber to one creature it can see, Flex.
I suppose that would logically be the closest one then, Razor.
But it does indeed look like Christopher and the Boulder are both pretty neck and neck on that front, Flex. But it does make sense that...
It's Christopher then.
Christopher, indeed. Christopher will need to make a wisdom saving throw. However, for once in my life, Flex, I do remember that Christopher will indeed have advantage on this because of... Oh, he does not even need it.
Does not need it. The gibbering seems to have no effect. Whistling on a Tuesday, Chester. No more biscuits for the milkman. Just has absolutely zero effect on Christopher, who is unfazed. He is far too fancy.
Yeah, I just say, oh, shut up.
It is going to... Well, Flex, Clancy is not able to pinpoint its movement very well on here and scoot it up the bridge, but we will say that it scoots a little bit closer to the Boulder and Christopher as it does its blinding spittle at both of them, and they will need to make a DC 13 saving throw.
Dexy? Or what?
Yes, a dex save from
Yes,
the
please.
Boulder
Dexterity saving throw.
and Christopher. You know, that is very surprising.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Dear indeed, the Mouther spits out this chemical blob, and it goos right next to both of them, and it erupts into a blinding flash of light as the Boulder and Christopher are both blinded until the next turn of the gibbering Mouther.
Oh dear, oh dear. Let's see if it has any more turns in the tank. It doesn't look like it's doing very well at all. As we roll around now to Donaldo Firebrand. Pizza damage aficionado.
This pizza on the floor has got tentacle stuff coming up. I'm gonna put myself in the middle of this little here island, and then gonna shoot. Let's see. The thing's almost dead. I'm gonna do a firebolt. Yeah, whatever. There we go. Oh, 26.
Yeah, whatever
Look at that.
indeed. Look at that.
Whoa.
Have you-
Whatever indeed is. Looks like this gibbering mouth is about to be absolutely annihilated. Let's hear from Donaldo live, his reaction as he absolutely destroys this thing.
Let's see here. We got I gotta do quick. I gotta do 2 rolls here. So we got I don't know. Let's see. 8 plus 2. That's 10 plus the 15. 15 more pepperoni damage to the gibbering mouth there.
Well, let's say that's 5 times more HP than it had remaining in the tank. So if you'll do me the very, very distinct honor of describing how you annihilate this gibbering mouther, I would be very much appreciative.
I gotta look over here to my good buddy Igor. I think he got a little stepped up or something. So I don't want to take all the credit away, but Igor, you want to help me out here?
Igor does like some hand signals, like as if you were helping.
There we go.
You guessed better now. Yes, more magic.
Boom, those big muscle push-ups got me really going. You know what I'm saying? And then fire away.
Flex
no,
is
That was beautiful, Razor.
Flex. It
Brought a
looks
tear
like
to my
somehow Donaldo hit that gibbering mouther in 4 mouths with 1 firebolt. How's that even possible, Flex?
I can only imagine because of the horrendously malformed and twisted appearance of the gibbering mouther. Lining mouths up in places where mouths should not be. So, Razor, we move on now to the Mephits.
Okay, it does appear that now indeed they are more in range Flex. I think
Surely
they can do
we
a
shall
little
see
bit.
some fiery countermeasures from these methods.
Correct. Let me just check my sheet that Clancy just brought me and find out exactly what these bad boys can do. It does appear that this one still is not quite in range. However, this Miffet down towards the bottom is going to fly up and see the distracted Blaine, the Boulder, Swanson, and it is going to do... I take that back, Flex. I do see right here a Fire Breath, which sounds much cooler. If
Fire breath indeed.
If
Alright, it's getting hot here.
if Blaine and Tristan Christopher could indeed roll me a Dex saving throw, please.
That's going to be with disadvantage for me, right? Because I'm blinded.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yes.
Oh,
It
yeah,
certainly
I'm
will
blinded.
be.
I'm blinded as well.
18. What else can I?
Ooh.
No.
We were looking for only a 10. Christopher falls just short.
Oh no.
Oh dear, but Blaine the Boulder Swanson stands proud.
And indeed, Christopher will be taking 6 points of fire damage, and the Boulder will be taking 3.
I think Clancy might have been responsible for a scheduling issue in this last initiative order. Did we miss the turn of Igor Femoral there?
It does appear to be that way, Flex.
Clancy, you are in for a beating tonight. Sorry about that,
I will assassinate
Igor.
him after this.
Please do.
Please.
Whoa.
He's not my nephew.
When I
mine,
said
but
we
even
were-
I
in the
don't
first
like
place.
When I said we were going to be on fire tonight, I did not mean like this.
It is
Not
indeed getting
literally.
hot in
He had
here.
different plans. Yes, we will go to Igor this time. Apologies.
Totally fine. It worked out because Igor is actually secretly like a super big fan of the Boulder, which is why he keeps challenging him to push-up contests.
Who
So he sees this
isn't?
happen. He's like, "The Boulder, no, I must intervene!" And he's gonna use cunning action or his dang, what is that rogue ability? The one where he can move, and then take a running jump all the way across the bridge right here. I think he can cover 18 feet with a running jump. So he's gonna land with his long sword out in both hands and try to take a swipe at this Mephit.
Beautiful.
let's
What an
see.
athletic display. You'll love to see it, Razor.
You love to see a good jump, Flex.
And certainly, a 16 is
will-
more than the theoretical armor class of a Mephit. So that is a hit.
So let's see. That is. Oh, it didn't roll in.
No, for some reason it did not roll the actual damage.
It
itself.
seems to just roll for the hit and not the damage again.
Oh man, well here, let's see if I can roll in roll 20.
I will believe you. You just tell me. It'll be fine. I believe you.
I rolled a 14, but that's kind of it's kind of high.
That's fine.
But-
If that's what you got, that's what you got.
In
I'm
fact,
not
His
gonna argue.
fandom carried him on to this impressive sword strike.
I believe you
Good.
also
Nothing
get
older.
sneak attack. Is that correct?
Are they blinded? I don't know if I do because they're all blinded right now.
I think you just have to be within 5 feet.
I thought it was just you needed a friendly within 5 feet of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll take it. All right. Let's see if I can do this then. Sneaky.
Is that 15 more points of damage? Flex.
Whoa.
Is that correct?
Well, that Mephit is dead as a doornail.
Oh, but
Let's
wh-
hear.
but
We'll
what
go
is this,
live
Flex?
now. What is that?
It
Oh,
just erupted
methods, of
into a
course.
death burst.
methods, of course,
Shield
do
your
not
eyes,
like
Flex.
dying
Shield
and have
your
one
eyes.
little burst of spite left. So let's see. What
We
is
will
it? A
need
DC
everybody
10
in
dex
that
saving
distance to
throw.
make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes, please.
Oh no.
If you make a 10, you will take 4. Or if you make a 10 or above, you'll take 2. 10 or below, you will take 4.
Now, is that still with disadvantage? Because I'm still blinded, right?
Yes. Well, actually, the gibbering mouther died, so its position in the initiative order would have been already. So I guess.
So no
you're
more
longer
disadvantage,
blind.
please.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Roll an 11.
Fantastic. You all will just take 2 points of fire damage as this Nymphet erupts into a blinding light of fire.
Why, that's a disappointing amount of damage there.
That is very disappointing. You know what?
My
Flex.
eyebrows. No.
These things are mighty weak, Flex, these Nymphets.
They are mighty weak, but they are annoying. That is something I will say in their favor. They're very, very irritating
It's
indeed.
very much like Clancy. Very weak, very annoying, Flex.
Yes, and you can get rid of him once you've allowed them inside the arena. And next up we have the Ropers, and I believe some of our competitors may be within the very lengthy reach of the Roper now.
Flex, I think things are about to get a lot more entertaining now.
Business is gonna pick up.
How about we roll a D3, Flex, for Christopher, the Boulder, and then Igor.
Looks like it's gonna be Igor.
I was hoping you didn't say Igor, Flex, because I know that Igor is a very squirmy bugbear.
Let's just see how squirmy she is. He is.
Well, okay. Well, actually, the Roper will roll. It was a pathetic attempt from the Roper, Flex. That was a natural 1 for an 8 total. As it just kind of flails
dear. The arena monsters are really letting us down tonight there, Razor.
They sure are. However, this Roper down here, I believe, as he creeps over to the edge, just maybe with a wing and a prayer can...
Oh, yes, he can! Oh, Ropers, with your ridiculous reach.
With a 21 to hit for Igor this time, Igor being the only target available to this faraway Roper. Does a 21 hit?
That does.
Okay. The Roper is going to pull Igor up to 25 feet. Oh, Flex. I'm a big fan of Igor, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I wasn't hoping for a fall into the lava tonight at some point.
Well, it looks like your wish is about to be granted there, Razor.
So it looks like the tendril is still wrapped around Igor, and Igor will need to be making a DC 15.
DC 15 escape save, I believe.
Escape save, which is either acrobatics or either dex or strength, I believe you can make on their turn. Yes. And then this Roper, Flex. Could this Roper do something now? Oh no!
It's
Just
not
shy,
within range
just
of
shy.
anything.
What's after the Ropers, Flex?
We're back up to the top, so that would mean that, in fact, the Lava Kraken is going to do something this round.
Hopefully.
Let's
Flex.
see.
Yeah, a
Let's
piece of
see.
linguine came out of that monster, grabbed Igor. We gotta save him. You know what I'm saying? Cut off the linguine. Tristan, you gotta go over there and get it cut.
Yep.
Did you just say lava kraken?
Yeah, that was my reaction. Lava Kraken?
So
Maybe.
Blaine, I only did a D5 this time instead of a D4 because I think Igor has been picked on every single roll tonight where we roll for the character, so I excluded
I
Igor
think
from
that
this.
seems fair.
So we will need Blaine, the Boulder Swanson, to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
That's a measly 5.
Oh no, Igor!
Measly 5.
Now, Flex, you hate to see it because I do know Igor's a big fan of the Boulder.
And who isn't?
And who isn't indeed? And that looks like that tendril just came right out of the lava, picked up the Boulder, and hurled him sailing 1 second. I need to do a little bit of math, Boulder.
A little bit of math, Boulder.
Sorry,
of course,
Flex. You look so
didn't
much like the
keep-
Boulder, I mistake you sometimes.
I didn't keep my math boulder after I left school. It stayed there in the cupboard to be used by future generations.
So it looks like the Kraken has the lava cracker, and I think we actually accidentally let that one slip.
We might have just let that slip there, yeah.
But it looks like it has picked up the boulder and hurled him, flying through the air, landing in the lava perhaps. But wait, what is this? The crane machine that Clancy has installed above the arena is going to try to scoop him out of the lava so that he does not get cooked up in this pizza.
We had, of course, foreseen this circumstance potentially occurring, and so Clancy has been manning the claw machine at standby all night. So we're going to introduce what we like to call a Clancy check to see just how well Clancy recovers you from this lava.
So, Joe,
was that going to be a unmodified 20, did we say?
Yes, Joe, this is a new mechanic called a Clancy check, where anytime Clancy needs to intervene into the arena, you will have an unmodified DC 20, or not DC 20, D20 roll, Joe, so if you could. As Clancy is trying to, I do believe that may have been the DC we set. It was indeed the DC we set.
It was indeed the DC we set.
So Clancy is quick with the draw on this claw machine as it scoops the rock out. The boulder, pardon me, do not want to be sued. Scoops the boulder out just in the nick of time. And the boulder will only take 5 points of fire damage as his feet get burned up pretty good by
It is pretty important to note that Clancy is inattentive and often in dereliction of his duties. So don't expect such a rosy outcome every single time you fall in the lava.
But it does appear that Clancy has dropped off the boulder on a platform right next to a roper and a fire method. So, hey, what do you know? It's Clancy.
You know, I've woken up to worse things on a Saturday morning.
Who is up next, Flex?
Blame the Boulder Swanson, after getting his little toes singed there, is up now between a rock and a hard place.
I do just really quick want to interject and remind the party of the goal for tonight is they will get their nacho tokens if they merely survive another 27 minutes and 40 seconds on the dot.
And those tokens, of course, are good for 10% off the nachos at the concession stands within Modras Bloodsport Arena within a 24-hour period.
I like nachos.
It is a very generous prize, and you will enjoy these nachos, probably. Yes, blame the Boulder Swanson. We can divert back to the task at hand. Is up.
Belaine is going to Samoa Slam this roper in front of him.
My goodness. Wow. I had not anticipated a grappling match with a creature that is made out of 50 feet of rope. Well, an 11 is not sufficient to defeat the Roper's armor class as it swiggles and sways, deftly avoiding the attempted blows coming down from the boulder. You got any more in the tank there, Boulder?
I imagine I'm like sinking into this rope creature, right? So in the rope creature, you're going to hear, "I'm going to slap the silly right off your candy butt and hand it back to you."
Very PG. I like it. All right.
Sorry, I don't know what your ratings are, so I just wanted to play it.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got.
There's just that one attack. All right. In which case, it's Christopher up next, the fancy dandy.
Okay, so I see that the boulder is right near two enemies. Meanwhile, Igor is being dragged by the tendril of that creature over there, the roper.
Yes, it appears to be
What?
reeling in Igor.
Okay, what I will be doing is this. I will try to see both somehow. But first things first, I will cast Hypnotic Pattern around that island, but not. It won't hit the boulder. So Hypnotic Pattern will only be for the roper and the method, the lava or fire method.
Hypnotic Pattern, the second time that's appeared in 2 weeks there, Razor. It's
Yes,
a very,
indeed.
very good spell indeed.
Last week it
Yep,
did play a big, major part in the encounter last week. It did save our adventurers.
This could make a big difference to this encounter.
Yeah, I grab a glowing stick of incense and I start chanting. Well, not really chanting, just like singing, and then the hypnotic pattern just appear around that island.
You
I
have
believe that's a wisdom save. Yeah.
wisdom saving throw, you don't say.
Let's see how wise ropers and methods
Well,
are.
Flex, I will say that ropers seem to be a lot more wise than a
Ropers are
gibbering
surprisingly
mouther for
wise
some
with a
reason.
+3.
DC 15.
Well, the roper passes with a 20.
But let me just see what the method, however,
Method
is
does
just
not.
mesmerized by these
Absolutely
lights.
enraptured by those hypnotic patterns. And I have to say they are quite mesmerizing from up here in the commentary booth,
Flex,
too.
Flex. Look away, Flex.
Razor,
Wait,
Razor.
Don't.
Wait. Sorry,
Oh.
Razor, I am...
You should have learned your
Shouldn't have
lesson
eaten those
last
brownies.
week, Flex.
No, absolutely. I really should stop eating Clancy's brownies. Okay. Christopher has been with his hypnotic pattern. Next up, we have Igor from Oral, wrapped within a tendril.
Oh,
Sorry,
it sounds
sorry.
like
I was going to
Christopher's still
move.
going.
Yeah. I was going to move. So I will
I do
be.
beg your pardon, Christopher.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I will be moving towards this island over here. I will try to stand in front of Igor so he won't be dragged down to the lava. But I only have a bonus action, so I don't think I can untie the tendrils or something like that.
More or
So
less
I'll
just there for moral support right now, but we'll be there
Yes.
ready to spring into action in the
Oh,
next
I know.
round.
I know. I will be using a bardic inspiration to Igor. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Probably
I
a
just
good idea.
Yeah, I just say, you can do this, you can get out of this. And that's
Excellent play. Superb tactical display and brilliant defensive play from our competitors tonight. Given the simple brief of survive, they certainly have been doing that with aplomb. So now we do go this time now straight to Igor from Oral, right within the tendril.
Thank you so much. He's gonna.
Don't thank me yet. You're still within the arena.
So Igor is gonna use his action to try to break free. And is this is can be an athletics check? Do I have that right?
Yeah, I believe that a grapple check can use either.
Certainly, I'm willing to allow either brute force or finesse.
Yes.
So, athletics or acrobatics.
Let's do
whichever you
some
prefer.
athletics. All right. So Igor is gonna flex real hard with his +10. 18.
Would you look at that,
Wow.
Flex?
all.
Have you ever seen
Wow.
muscles quite like that?
Igor certainly is ripped to shreds, and so is that tendril.
Boulder feels threatened.
As
I'm
Boulder
coming for
should.
you. You must sign my arm for me. Keep tattoo forever.
Perhaps a future one-on-one bout for the arena there, Razor.
I don't like the
Nice.
boulder's chances at that one, Flex.
Not given the way he's been rolling so far tonight. No, Razor, I wouldn't either. Gibbering Mother is no longer in competition, so I believe, unless there's anything else from Igor, that we will
He
be
might
going-
dart. He might move if that's okay.
Please do,
He's
yes,
gonna-
absolutely.
He's gonna jump behind this boulder type, this rocky situation here. Thank you so much, Tristan. Now you run. And then he's gonna use his bonus action to try to hide from the roper behind this rocky thing right here.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know if that's possible. Duck out of sight.
Hey, yo, Igor, you're really close to that ledge there. Be careful, that's all I'm saying.
I live on the edge, yes.
Hopefully not permanently, because we will need to use the arena for other events. Is that a 13 on that stealth roll?
Yeah. And that's
Let's
it for
see.
Igor.
We'll see on the Roper's turn whether he spots you.
Oh, the inspiration. What's the die on that?
1d8.
Can I throw that on the stealth roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, 1. 14 total.
A whopping 14.
Thank you so much.
Some
So
might say better
inspired.
than 13 still, Flex.
Very well. All right, then. We go back up to Note the Mighty.
Can you give me a distance from this far roper to me, please?
Yes, I can do that. It looks like
Perfect.
about 95 feet.
My range for enemies abound is 120 feet, so I'm going to cast enemies abound on it.
You may have to remind us about that spell again.
Of
I
course, we
certainly
know what
will.
it does, but our studio audience is probably none the wiser. Wink.
So I need a. Is it immune to being frightened?
I don't believe it is.
I don't think so either.
No, it is not.
Okay. Then I need an intelligence DC 14 save, please.
That
Miss
is
it.
not
Miss
its strongest suit. That would be a 10 minus
Come on,
2
miss
for
it.
an 8 total.
8 total. Perfect. Okay, so I have reached into the mind of this creature.
Such as it is.
On a failed save, the target loses the ability to distinguish fiend from foe regarding all creatures it sees as enemies until the spell ends. Each time the target takes damage, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself. I'm sorry. Whenever the affected creature chooses another creature as a target, it must choose the target at random from among the creatures it can see within range of the attack, spell, or other abilities it's using. If an enemy provoked an opportunity attack from the affected creature, the creature must make that attack if it is able to. So basically, this guy over here is attacking whoever it can see randomly.
Yes, indeed. That is quite a turn of events, Flex.
Certainly not something I'd anticipated there, Razor. You gotta hand it to these competitors for thinking outside of the box.
And then I am going to use a bonus action to give out my bardic inspiration to Tristan. Right? Is it Christopher?
Christopher.
Yes.
Christopher Armsby.
I have called Christopher Tristan multiple times tonight, I believe.
That's a D8, and
All right.
you have the power of the note behind you.
And I just say, I feel inspired as I say, I have the power!
You have the power.
Next up, we have Donaldo.
All right, here I'm gonna shoot at the roper down at the bottom there, right there with let's see, hey Igor and Christopher. You want me to bring the firepower for that roper? Am I gonna bang bang?
Yeah!
Do the
Sure,
bang
okay,
bang. Yes,
okay.
do it.
I'm gonna do a scorching ray here. 3 blasts. Just 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Let's
nice
see,
rolls.
all on the money. I think 18 and above, and then the damage gonna be 1, 2, 3. This is like my grandmother's tomato sauce. So good. Let's see here. We got 8, 16, 21 damage. As she says, bon appetit, and pepperoni to the face.
That is a spicy meatball there, Razor. My goodness.
I have
21
never been so hungry
stereotype
in
damage.
my life.
I think his scorching ray needs to be skinned as pepperoni toss.
Literally throwing pepperonis. in
Throwing
this thing.
pepperonis. Yep. Spicy pepperonis. The spice. Yep.
Just like calm down like a sit rep. Just spicy pepperonis coming from the sky.
Or a ray of Parmesan cheese. Or
Heck
mozzarella.
yeah. Heck yeah. And that's it. End of turn for him.
There you go. It's
Beautiful.
three separate rays. A ray of pepperoni, mozzarella, and then tomato sauce.
Delicious. Next up, it'll be the Mephits. One of which, of course, is still hypnotized by those entrancing hypnotic patterns.
Flex, I do believe it will just continue to be hypnotized until
Oh, the other one was killed, I believe. Yes, of
Yes.
course it was.
So the last remaining one
last
is
we
just
have
staring
the-
off into space.
Well, after that, we have the Ropers. Of course, we know that one of them has gone berserk and will attack friends or foe at random. So I guess we should resolve that one first.
Yes, Flex, it does appear that it can only hit the boulder. One Roper friend, the Mephit, and one more
One more
Roper.
friend.
Christopher is just out of range, so we'll need to roll for that. We will go a 1d4 with the boulder being a 1. So let's just hope that we do not get a 1 here. That is a 4. It is going to. Oh, but it unfortunately rolls a natural 1 to flail out its tendrils and try to hook its brethren. It's maybe a little bit dazzled still. Let's see what.
I should have given
fortunate
it bardic
for its friend.
Yeah,
inspiration.
you should have inspired it, perhaps. Let us see what the other ones could do. Indeed, Christopher is in the range of 1, and 1 is right up on the boulder. I believe 1 is going to try to bite at the boulder for a 19 to hit. Boulder, does that hit?
One would have to think that that would hit.
Yes, it does.
Boulder, would you like me to take the average damage of this bite, or would you like me to roll it?
Go ahead and roll it.
We should not have said that, the boulder. It was a 27 points of damage. That is piercing damage, if that makes any kind of difference, boulder.
No, it does not.
As it bites down into your leg as you're trying to squirm free of its tendrily mass. The
Boulder, had you already taken damage?
Yes, I had.
Okay, so remember you had those 5 extra hit points.
I accounted for
Okay.
that.
Cool.
Fantastic.
They were needed because I have 1 hit point left.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Oh no!
Wait, what? Wait, Boulder, you got 1 hit point
What?
left? What have you been hit by?
Everything.
Jeez. Ooh.
That 1.
I
What
did
do you-
not. Okay. Well, the final Roper is indeed going to target Christopher, the one and only that it could indeed try to hit. And that is another natural 1 in 3 rolls. So Christopher lucks out of that as the Roper is still trying to mend its mangled tendril. Next
Well,
up,
it seems like
Flex.
despite our best efforts, we are not having a lot of luck killing off players with these encounters there, Razor.
Well, it does appear that the players, the competitors do seem like they are inching closer towards the goal of surviving for another 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Flex.
Absolutely, and they are to be admired and applauded for such a Herculean effort.
Just a side note, they probably will want to get to the gates as soon as possible because everybody knows Clancy and ourselves cannot control these Ropers once the timer ends.
Absolutely not. Nor would I try, not with my insurance liability. So, I believe with that, we would go back to the top of the initiative order. Is that right, Razor?
That is correct. The Ropers have
All right,
failed.
so it all rests once again on the broad shoulders of Blaine the Boulder Swanson.
Who we found out while you were getting some water, Flex, has 1 HP left.
My goodness! Blaine the Boulder, will he go down for the 1, 2, 3? Let's find out.
So, Belaine the Boulder Swanson is going to run towards the north part of this island up here. Right here. And he is going to imitate the rings of an arena and bounce backwards and launch himself full flying clothesline in a angle here to hit the Roper and the Mephit off of the cliff.
My goodness!
Nice.
The people's champ!
Flex, I
My
gotta be honest, I
goodness.
don't see how the Boulder walks away from this one. Igor
Me
is going to
neither.
be sorely upset.
Well, we'll just have to.
Am I rolling an unarmed
See
strike
how
for that, or what do you want
we
me to roll for
Um,
that?
I don't really know. That's the thing. I mean, you're suicidally dashing off the edge and attempting to take 2 of these monsters with you.
Perhaps an athletics check?
Yeah, I guess we'll treat it like a grapple. You're gonna try and wrestle these guys off the ledge.
I have
My goodness.
Oh, nice.
My goodness, that's 24.
Flex,
Wow.
do you see what I am seeing? It looks like the boulder is going to sacrifice himself.
With a mere 9 minutes left on the clock, the boulder has gone to the somewhat extreme lengths of throwing himself, a Mephit, and a Roper into the lava. I guess
If he
we'll see.
dies, can I take his nacho token?
That is how it works. Anytime a
That's
competitor
generally how it works.
dies,
It's dead man's nacho tokens.
So, I would like to, as a bonus action, use Step of the Wind to, once they are off the cliff, jump back up onto the cliff.
He really skinned the cat. How the heck did he do that? My goodness.
I am
Such
going
a
to spend a
display.
key point to do that.
yes, please.
I would imagine you would have to.
To be honest, I was a little excited to introduce our death mechanic in the arena, but maybe next week, Flex.
Maybe one day we'll kill somebody, but until then, we'll just keep trying.
As the
And as,
Roper
Goodness me.
free
and
action, I'm going
the
to listen
lava
to the crowd.
Mephit both go down into a fiery death. The lava Mephit, of course, is just fine down there, enjoying just a dip in this cool
It's just
pizza.
like a warm bath inside a pizza for the lava method. Oregano.
I believe it is. Is it
Christopher.
Christopher? Yes, indeed.
Yes, it is Razor. Christopher.
Alright, I saw the boulder just clothesline those 2 creatures, and I said, yeah, that's nice, but no, you're badly hurt right now. Don't worry, you're going to survive. As I say that, I basically cast healing words. Healing word. I shall be rolling. Oh, just to make sure that he survives, I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level. So that's
Fantastic.
3d4. That's 3d4 healing. Oh, that's an 8.
8 points of damage, Boulder.
Well, that's certainly welcome.
Damage.
Did you add
8
your
points of healing.
Oh, I forgot the charisma.
That's the opposite
so,
of damage.
Yeah, the charisma modifier should be 4, so 8 plus 4.
Oh,
12 points of healing.
Yes.
I imagine those will be very, very welcome from the Boulder Swanson right now.
I just say, survive! As I run back, as I know that this arena might go crazy, and I need to go back.
Fantastic.
Is that like a... Oh, 20.
Once again, the audience
Okay,
and
there you
myself are driven wild by the dreaminess of Christopher and his selfless actions, preserving the boulder to fight for another day. And unless there's anything else from Christopher, we go now to Igor from Oral.
Right. Igor's still cheering quietly from where he was hiding.
Silent cheering.
Silent cheering. He's gonna pop up from behind this boulder and try to whip a javelin at this one. I think I have the range.
Yes,
Is
indeed.
it just yeah.
35 or 40 feet?
That
should
kind
be
of
absolutely
worries
fine.
me. How much range these things have. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
You are not out of the woods yet, folks.
Let's see with this javelin though. All right. Ooh, 11.
11 is not going to do
It's
it,
not going to be
Flex.
enough. No, it is not.
Does
Blast.
Igor have... Oh, Igor has indeed already used their inspiration, have they not?
I think so. So he's gonna just
Thank you for your honesty.
Igor's like, it's not worth my time, and he's gonna run. He's gonna use his cunning action to run over the bridge. Gonna be like, come on the boulder.
Let's hope that that is enough distance. I have a sinking feeling that it isn't.
Uh-oh.
He's got his cunning action, and then he's gonna use his actual movement to take a running jump back across.
Sneaky.
And he can get to about. Can't do the double click thing. He can get to about there.
All right.
It looks like our competitors know that there's only 5 minutes exactly left remaining in their timer. They are so close to the nacho tokens that they can taste them. Who is up next, Flex?
Ironically, the tokens probably taste better than the nachos, Razor.
That is very true. We have notoriously bad nachos here in the Modras arena.
And yet they're the only prize. Go figure. Next up, we have Note the Mighty.
What is Note gonna do? Note is going to cast Longstrider on himself and get over here.
It seems that Note is making an expeditious retreat towards the gate in anticipation of it unlocking and letting him out.
I can get 80 feet that way if I dash. No, I can't dash because I used an action, so I can go 40 feet.
Yes, that is quite
Even
enough.
so, that's
movement speed.
enough. That is enough. And as I believe somebody in our audience has started a chant saying, Note is making a nope. And I have to agree, that is solidly what he's doing. Up next we have Donaldo Firebrand, master of pizza damage.
All right,
Just
I'm gonna do.
Real quick, Note wanted to be first in line for the nachos. That's why he's heading over there.
And he absolutely will be. That was quite the expeditious retreat. So yes, Donaldo Firebrand, if you please.
Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot another. I'm gonna do a little firebolt. Nothing too big. I gotta save a spell slot just in case some crazy stuff happens. But you know how it is. Fire away there. Let's see. Do I hit 21? I think so. This is gonna be grandmother's tomato sauce special on top. 8 tomato sauce damage.
8 tomato sauce damage has been received.
And then I'm gonna follow my good friend to the nacho line over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. I'm on the bridge. I think I'm safe. I'm feeling good. Thank you for having me.
It does
Like a bridge over troubled marinara sauce, he's making his way towards the exit there.
Anthony, are you going to write up a subclass?
the pizza mancer.
Yeah.
It does appear we have a queue forming, waiting for our nasty nachos. Flex, who is up?
That's the first time that's ever happened in the history of Modras Bloodsport Arena.
History of this association.
Next up would be Mephits, but they're all dead or chilling in the lava. So we're now left with the Ropers. One of which I believe is still going berserk.
Oh, yes, indeed, Flex. And that one can only see one other roper in its line of sight. That roper
let's see if he's going to try and throw him in the lava.
That roper is indeed going to grab the last remaining roper and start to reel it in. As it lands directly above the lava and it falls into the pit. And this time, Clancy is nowhere to be seen with the claw machine. That
Clancy does not like ropers, famously after that one time last season. He's still recovering.
Clancy will never forget that.
He took a rope in, all right.
And next up, I believe we're back up to...
We'd be at the top of the initiative order, so I believe it would be the Pizza Kraken. Who's going to take a turn? One last spiteful swipe at our remaining competitors.
One last spiteful smite indeed, as this time, instead of trying to grab and fling one of our competitors, it is going to rear its mighty tendril, and it is going to come right down on... I'm not going to add the boulder in this one, because I know that would be certain death. I will have... Christopher, that is not how you roll. That is going to be Christopher and Igor. Igor is indeed going to be taking That looks like it is 5d6 plus 5 points of fire. That seems like a lot, Flex.
That's an awful lot of fire damage there, Razor.
21
last
points of
dying
fire
seconds
damage
of the
as this
challenge.
lava kraken slams the tendril down. I don't know if we scaled this correctly. Is Igor still alive and okay?
He is, because he's going to uncanny dodge.
Well, thank you so much, Igor, for that.
So he takes half of that, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And with mere
Fantastic.
seconds left on the clock, it looks like our competitors are going to make it free of the arena, free of the spite of the Pizza Kraken, and with one remaining roper going apeshit to itself on the very far island. Looks like there's nothing to stop them now, Razor.
Indeed, I do believe it is going to be Blaine coming up next, and I think Blaine should be able to make those jumps easily enough.
As a competent person, he should be absolutely fine making those. I don't even think we should make him roll for them, Razor.
I agree. Look at those jumps, Flex. You know how I like a good jump.
Flawless! Look at those calves! Beautiful, I just want to rub them.
I wouldn't go that far, Flex.
the
I
boulder
wouldn't
will,
go that far.
We'll go as far as he can.
So it does appear
All
that
the way to the commentary box, I hope.
indeed our competitors have made it. The gate has now unlocked, the lights has turned green, and the gate drops down, allowing our competitors to escape the fiery hot lava and the Pizza Kraken, and that last remaining roper is still going wild off on its own. Let's go to the locker room, Flex.
Yes, and I guess we'll finish up with some post-match interviews. Who should we throw to first, Razor?
How about we go to the top of the screen with Note, aka Jeff C. Stevens. Note, what was your strategy going into this one, Note? Note, I see you mouthing eating nachos. I don't hear you, so I fear that you may be muted again.
No, I am not muted.
Okay, you were
I was
just not
just
doing the
trying
Silent
nacho noises.
nachos.
I was trying not to crunch into the microphone.
Thank you so much
Admirable.
for that. These are very expensive microphones, Note.
The nachos are very tasty, by the way.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed them. That's the first time anyone's ever said that.
So, Note, yes, what was your strategy going into this one when you saw the floating islands and the lava / pizza / lasagna?
Originally, my strategy was to get to the middle and fight very hard, but then I saw other people doing that and getting hurt, so I decided to stay back and use my ranged attacks and stuff and try and help others. And it worked out very well. I was first in line to get nachos.
Absolutely. And in the end, isn't that what matters?
Note, I gotta say, that is a grade A strategy, both on survival technique. All of your companions survived, and you were first in line for the nachos. Could not have gone better for you, Note. Note,
Is victory.
Note again, could you just let everybody know where they can find you when you're not in the arena eating pizza and nachos?
When I am not Note the Mighty, I am Jeff Stevens. You can find me on the DMsGuild, at my website, jeffstevensgames.com, and on Twitter, jcorvinstevens.
And I did see somebody in chat mention your Kickstarter. The
Yeah, it finished up last week.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and plug that and explain that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, it's Adventures from the Potbelly Kobold. It's a book of 15 adventures, written by several great authors, and the Kickstarter funded 158%, and the book will be out in March or April. Hoping to get it earlier, but I don't want to promise anything. But yeah, at least April 2021. It'll be on Drive-Thru RPG, and we're going to try and find a couple other places to sell it to. So
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, out of character really quick. Just so you all know, I mean, this is your guys' time. You guys plug anything you want, because, I mean, we've got 20 minutes left on this stream. And also, that was the first thing I ever backed on Kickstarter.
Really?
Yeah, and then second thing I ever backed was something that I think Anthony may be plugging here shortly. So I'll let him talk about that. Back into... I forgot my name for a
If
second.
you don't
Razor
mind
McGirth.
resuming character for the last 20 minutes of the stream there,
Last
Razor.
20 minutes. Let's go to Igor. Igor, you seem to... What was going through your head, Igor, when you were roped up by that roper?
I was thinking about the mighty push-up and how it could help me, and it helped me so much. The mighty push-up.
I gotta say,
Certainly.
Igor, that definitely did play a part into you escaping from that roper tendril. That with Christopher helping and encouraging you along the way.
Those incredible ripness, showing even through the furry bugbear skin, really is quite something to behold. Well done, and we will wish you all the best in future bouts within the arena.
Thank you so much.
She's got the muscles. You can see them right there through her fur. No
You
talk
see
says he's dripping nacho cheese down his chin.
And Igor, where
Thank
can
you
people
so
find you when you're not doing push-ups and or escaping roper tendrils?
Yes, normally you can find me on thearcanelibrary.com, and or on the DMs Guild. I have a few things on there. And I guess on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, it's the Arcane Library or just Arcane Library. Someone took the Arcane Library. How dare they?
Jerks.
I'd like to see them in the arena, except I wouldn't because I don't want to plug their shit.
That's it. That's it for me. I have some set of 4 adventures coming out probably at the end of this month or early December, which is going to be available through my website.
I
So-
myself am
Awesome.
very excited for those. I hope you keep up your prep videos because they helped me immensely during the Beneath the Black Rose prep for the Twitch stream.
I will do them.
Next, we will kick it off to Anthony. Or no, I forgot. We have got to do in-character stuff. I'm still Razor McGirth. So Donaldo, you seem to have
It's not a lot to ask there, Razor.
You seem to have a lot of pizza-based attacks tonight. Did you come in knowing about the lasagna lava? Did Clancy let it slip to you? Was there any insider information passed along?
No, unfortunately, I wasn't given any good tips here. I got to talk to my friends about that. My manager, he didn't really prepare me for this event tonight. But either case, I was able to test out some new ingredients for my pizza shop. I think it's going to do really good. With the amount of nacho tokens I got here, I wanted to see if maybe I could redeem some for maybe a little pizza booth, maybe sell a slice or two, get into the market. I think it's a good opportunity here for us. But I want to, just thank everybody for being good sports. And even though the Linguini monster got a few of my friends here, I think there's a lot to be learned.
You may or may not know this, Donaldo, but we have a very complicated and convoluted exchange rate for our nacho tokens, and I'm sure there's some kind of ratio that will get you a booth involved with it.
But as long as there's light at the end of the tunnel, I think we're good. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be today, but maybe down the road.
We will have to
I will
have
give
Clancy
you
do the
5
math.
gold pieces. I'll give you 5 gold pieces for your nacho token.
I'm saving up these nacho tokens for a good investment opportunity here.
Darn
I'm
it.
sorry.
And Donaldo, when you're out in the world and not making pizza for a fantasy world, where can people find you?
You can find me mainly on Twitter at Thrawn589, Grand Admiral Thrawn for the Star Wars geeks out there like me. And, my website, anthonydreams.com. And we just had our Kickstarter. It did not make it across the finish line. Nazi Dracula Must Die, but might see that in the future. Either way, myself, MT Black, and Justice Harmon formed a tabletop company, Crystal Quill Press, that we're going to be launching a lot of products. Hopefully next year, early next year, you can start seeing that. But looking to continue just cranking out stuff on DMsGuild and on Kickstarter and providing some cool content for everybody.
Yay!
Yeah, and again, the first ever adventure I ever ran for my 5-year-old was your little astronaut adventure,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
that bought us probably a good 2 months of bedtime story time. So thank you for that. I got to quit reading Pete the Cat and Paw Patrol. Next up, it looks like we are going to go to Christopher. Christopher, you are very helpful with your companions tonight. Was that your plan going in? Were you just trying to save as many of your companions as you could?
Well, I was actually expecting that I would use my sport to, hit some enemies, but it didn't turn out to be that way. But seeing that the others need my support, my help, I just did that naturally. Probably it's what the Lord's Alliance told me to do. Either just be there dashing, or you can support others so they will survive until the end. That's basically the tactics. I did use some bardic inspirations, which I didn't really mind at all, and casting some spells, which not really my expertise, but I'm glad that it helped a lot in the encounter.
And my goodness, you look so good doing it. So sharp.
So
Thank you.
sharp.
Very well dressed. You're a credit to the arena.
It was very hard to control Flex throughout the entire night. Anytime you would say your rousing words of wisdom to your companions, I would have to sit him back down in his seat. Like
He's just so gosh darn dreamy, Razor. I just want to scoop him up.
Please do not. You know we are not allowed to touch the contestants. Flex.
Not anymore, no.
Christopher, while you're not inspiring companions, where can people find you at?
Well, while I'm not being Christopher Armsby, I am Isaac Mandagi from Indonesia. You can find me on DMsGuild. I create adventures with my partner, Chitaya F. We have created 3 adventures so far. The first one is When Madness Calls, which we made for the RPG Writer Workshop July course with the help of Anthony Joyce for the sanity rules. Thank you for that, Anthony. And then the second adventure is Icewind Dale one-shot titled And When the Dogs Start Barking. It's a slasher horror movie type one-shot where you gotta fight and solve a crime that is done by a slasher villain and set in Icewind Dale. So if you're playing Icewind Dale, you might want to get that. And the latest adventure that we have released is It Sleeps Beneath the Waves. Cosmic horror, body horror vibe, and it's actually really similar to Among Us. So since Among Us is really, booming, if you want to have that Among Us D&D experience with some touch of Alien, The Thing, and Dead Space, you might want to get that as well. And in the future, for next year, we will be, Chita and I and our team will be releasing Karatur, the Island Kingdom's Bawa, Karatur region campaign setting inspired by Indonesia. So if you want to check that other side of Karatur, which is not the usual stuff, and of course authentic from Indonesian and Asian writers, you can check #KaraturBawa and my pin thread at Isaac Mandagi.
And also, everybody watching right now, when we started, it was like 4 a.m. Isaac's time, 5 a.m., but he got up early to get ready and things. So Isaac is definitely Trooper. Thank you for joining us, Isaac.
Trooper of the week.
Like I said, I've got Isaac's first 2 adventures, and the artwork, Isaac, I gotta say, I love that theme that you have through all 3 of them. It's very fantastic.
Yeah, that's kudos to my partner Chita for doing that. She helps. I wrote those 3 adventures with her. You might want to check her stuff as well, because with me she's doing horror stuff, but for herself she's actually doing cute things, which is actually like a whole different spectrum of art and illustration. So yeah, go ahead and check her work out.
And last but not least, maybe it was least tonight, Blaine.
Disappointing showing in the arena tonight for you, Blaine the Boulder Swanson.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away, Blaine. I've got to
Came out with so much promise, looking so swole and buff.
Blaine, are you going to start to incorporate some physical activity into your regiment now after this poor show?
Blaine is totally confused and confuzzled. Blaine the Boulder Swanson gave the people what they came to see. A great show.
A near-death experience.
My crew members, my teammates, they're the real heroes. The people wanted to see a show, and Blaine the Boulder Swanson gave the people a show. And if you want to see another show, this team will be at Modramania for a tag team match. That's right, you heard it here first. Blaine the Boulder Swanson teams up with his crew at Modramania.
The most mystifying man in all of sports entertainment, issuing forth words that may or may not make sense.
And Blaine, I know that Modras, what was it called? Modras Mania, I believe it was. I know that
Well, I
is
guess
some,
that's booked now.
I know that is some months away. Where can people find you while you're preparing and training for that?
Mental training. The boulder doesn't do physical training.
Exactly.
Perhaps a crossword puzzle of some kind.
What's that?
Never mind.
You can find me at thenerdasylum.com. We do have some DMsGuild releases. One is a character class option for D&D called the Physician. It's a mechanical doctor healer class, so you can check that out. And the other is called the College of the Empath as a bard subclass. Also, we do a lot of charity events. In fact, our next one is this Thursday. If you want to check out Barovia Beckons, it is our version of Curse of Strahd. And we do that every Thursday. And then we have, on Sunday nights, we do Sunrunners. That is a dark matter campaign set in space. So check that out. They're both viewer interactive, so you can affect the game and play with us by donations, and you're helping the children of Dell Children's Hospital when you do so. So yeah, check out thenerdasylum.com.
Yeah, and this Friday you've got a big 8-hour stream, don't you? Or a 6-hour stream? The Mage Tower?
No, we did our 24-hour for November 7th, and we have a 16-hour stream coming up on December 12th.
I thought when's the Mage Tower?
That was actually supposed to be last night, but my internet was down with all the storms, so
Oh,
we're rescheduling
that.
that. We're looking at the 21st.
Clancy obviously didn't give you the most up-to-date
Clancy.
information on that one there.
Damn
Razor.
it, Clancy! You're messing up Joe's internet now, Clancy. And yes, when we get this posted up on YouTube, we will have links to everybody's works in the description below.
Absolutely.
Again, thank you all 5 for joining us. This was an absolute treat.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Thank you so
Super
much.
fun.
Thanks for having
A lot
us.
of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Did you enjoy
Thanks
it?
for having us. It was awesome.
Obviously, without DMsGuild, honestly, this network and all of our podcasts would have never really happened, because that's kind of how I found out how I could roll and run Dungeons and Dragons in one night at a time. So DMsGuild really does mean a lot to me. So all of you guys putting stuff up on DMsGuild is very fantastic. Thank you so much for all the work you put in. Very excited to see all of your guys' future work.
Thanks for playing our stuff. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
this.
All right, and with
all of
that,
you watching should too.
yes,
Get on it right now. Oh, don't tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Actually, do that and do the other thing.
I am iffy about next week because I will be on work support, work support. So I'm not sure how
All
that's
right,
going to
then
go yet.
maybe
not
you'll get
next
a
week.
reprieve for next week. But be sure to tune in next time for Modras Bloodsport Association with me, Flex Gristle, and my co-host,
Razor McGurth.
Razor McGirth.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.